So let's talk a bit more about what's meant by the concept of the requirements are in the data. The data is really all that we have, is the major input, not maybe all that we have, but the major portion of what creates the reporting processes. The story that's in the data is really what creates reporting and makes it possible to do. The story in the data, though, isn't told by just the columns of the data. It's not told by even doing things like data profiling, which we've done for decades now, which gives us potential values in fields. It tells us about potential relationships between database tables and files and that sort of thing. All of that's useful and helpful in developing and understanding the requirements in the data, but it doesn't tell us the storyline that the data tells us. The data really will tell us what are the values sitting next to each other and what those mean and how it really impacts our world and what our world really means to us. Data can change our perspective, can change what we believe about things, and if we presuppose what the data is going to tell us, we lose that independence of the data and the value that comes from those kinds of processes. But what does it mean the requirements are in the data? Well, you'll notice that we've been talking about the reporting phase here. And if we could do everything from the transactional data, then we would simply go straight to the reporting phase. But we can't do everything in the transactional data. It's simply too voluminous. We need to have posting processes go on somewhere in our data supply chain. But we don't know exactly what those posting processes should be composed of until we understand what the reporting storyline is, what we're going to find in the data, what will be helpful to us in the data consistently. Now there's different kinds of things that can happen in the reporting phase. Some things will be temporary, things that are done only once, creative kind of work. A lot of data science work starts that way and is that temporary sort of answering the question as of now, but it's not needed to provide an ongoing operational, an ongoing control, an ongoing analysis. Those kinds of things, though, that do require ongoing analysis, ongoing control, those types of reporting processes, we don't know exactly what to post unless we understand the storyline that's in the data. The posting process requirements are in the data itself. And if we use the data to understand, the sooner we can get to prototyping against some set of this data and begin to develop an understanding of what the data means and how it speaks to us and what validates our understanding and helps us control and manage and what counters that, the sooner we get to that, the sooner we begin to understand what we will need to post and what that posting process looks like and the temporal events that need to be generated in the posting process. This problem of the later phase provides the requirements for the earlier phase, and the later phase requirements aren't in somebody's head. It's not somebody walking into at the counter and at the teller and doing some set of things that have to be captured as a business event. The data is going to tell us what the requirements are for the posting phase, and that presents us challenges in developing effective metric engines.